This is how the average player can farm Glassyway GM. Speaker Sight and Outbreak Perfected is honestly perfect for this. So go ahead and pick up your Outbreak Perfected, pick up your Speaker Sight, and let's get on a roll. Now my team did it with Outbreak. If you do not have Outbreak and you don't have Rewind rounds and you have something that's a better fit for you, honestly do whatever's going to make you comfortable, whatever's going to make you happy. But I found the most success on Outbreak Perfected. So honestly, Glassway this week is one of the harder versions of GM. No matter what somebody tells you, this GM is one of the hardest to date that I've experienced. With about 16 champions, it gets really hectic and it can be quite challenging. But I have a couple of quick tips while the gameplay is going. My recommendations for the loadouts would be Hunters with Blade Barrage or Tether, typically with Outbreak Perfected rewind rounds, or have a hand cannon and then a Apex Predator since it's solar, or a Faith Keeper since it's void, or a machine gun either solar or void. Warlock's Song of Flame and Speaker Sight is a must. This has to happen because this is going to keep you and your teammates alive. It's going to make life way easier. And Titans, you want to be honest with you, I haven't really had a Titan in my fire team, but I would assume that Pyro Gales is good. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. Typically, all of us want to be running Outbreak. A lot of people say it's overkill, but overkill is better than nothing. You can run an Indebted Kindness in your second slot with Jolt Shot, but I personally recommend running a hand cannon. Honestly, my best recommendation is to focus the champs with your team and to never push up too far. It 100% results in wasted revives if you want to stack them as much as possible in the boss room. So make sure whenever you're going, everybody is aligned with what you're doing. Don't push too far, don't push too fast, don't get too comfortable within this because easily you can be killed with almost anything. If an overload looks at you, you die. If a barrier looks at you, you die. If a sniper looks at you, you die. Pretty simple. In a lot of these rooms, you don't have to spawn all of the mobs at once. Typically, you can spawn the first wave and then the second wave and the third wave. The reason for this is because a lot of these rooms start with an overload and end with a barrier. You don't want to get caught up with your team having to focus down a barrier before you can kill an overload while the overload is just taking pot shots at you for no reason. So take it slow. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, okay? Try not to waste any revives and try not to push too far. And like I said, just take it slow and smooth, and I promise you're going to have a good time. A lot of these mobs in here are very, very, very bulky. They don't die easily. So you got to focus down with your team a lot and shoot at a lot of the same heavy mobs. Outbreak Perfected absolutely slams the barrier champions. You'll never have a problem with them. And to discuss one of the harder things, one of the harder encounters of this before the boss room is the bridge encounter. The bridge is very hectic, very hard. There's a lot going on. So what I say is go to the plate, hit it once or twice, and then once you see mobs start to spawn, take a break, walk away, and just slay those mobs out. And then wash, rinse, and repeat. Honestly, it's better to take more time than it is to go right back to orbit and have to go back for another 15-minute run. And when it comes down to the boss room, one of the hardest rooms in the game, there's a little glitch spot on the right side where you can stand next to the stairs and you won't get hit by that much. You're still going to take some damage. This is where Speaker Sight really comes in handy with it constantly healing you. It'll be hard for the boss to kill you. Now, one of the harder parts about this room is that when you're in the boss room, it's very tight and close spaced. You need to be aware of where barriers are spawning, where the wyverns are spawning, and where the overloads are spawning. Typically, each wave is going to have one overload and one wyvern on the left side and one overload and one wyvern on the right side. Now, the overloads and the wyverns will not spawn on top of each other, but they will take turns spawning. So make sure that you're paying attention to the bottom left corner, letting you know whenever these mobs are spawning and what's happening. Try to make sure that you're dumping everything you have into these overloads, making sure that you're stunning them, popping your supers. And you might ask me, Float, why are you using supers on just small mobs? Use your supers on these mobs instead of the boss because you can just shoot the boss with your outbreak. The Outbreak with rewind rounds will definitely fry him if you have the chance. But you need to dump everything you have into these overloads, these wyverns, and these barrier champions. They will fry your team, so make sure you're coordinating properly. And typically, if you follow all of these steps properly, you'll probably have around a 25-minute timer. 25 to 30 minutes is pretty good. You can typically start to min-max your time down the more that you do it, but for your first couple of runs, make sure to just take it slow and smooth, and then eventually you can start trying new things out. But this is a really good way to just farm for this new linear fusion rifle. I'm loving it. My favorite build right now with it is rewind and bait and switch. But you might have a different build, but this linear fusion is something to talk about. So, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to just show the rest of the gameplay with some music over it. Hope y'all enjoy. Peace out.
underneath it all, everything's actually alright. You're okay.
No way. I put the wrong one, dude.
Have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. You're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose. Bye.